The Security Council expresses its determination to take action accordingly in the event of a further DPRK launch or nuclear test.
The President does have confidence in the Secret Service, and I think the service has said, and I would point you to those reports, that this incident had no impact on the President's security.
President Obama was in Colombia this weekend to discuss trade and other issues, but the visit was overshadowed by a prostitution scandal involving several members of the Secret Service. 11 Secret Service agents were sent home and put on an administrative leave as they are under investigation for soliciting prostitutes in Cartagena ahead of the president's visit. 5 military personnel were also involved in the investigation. Representative Peter King, a Republican from New York, told CNN that one of the men had allegedly brought a woman back to his hotel room, and she refused to leave in the morning, claiming that she hadn't been paid. That's when local police in Colombia were alerted, and the Secret Service eventually found out about the incident. Now, prostitution is legal in Colombia, so these men aren't facing any potential criminal charges, but they are being investigated for potential misconduct. President Obama actually commented on the matter, saying that he's going to reserve judgment until the investigation is over, but that he would be really angry if any of the allegations turned out to be true.
Afghanistan was rocked by a series of attacks on Sunday after militants struck in Kabul and 3 other provinces. The attacks lasted an astonishing 18 hours and resulted in the deaths of 36 to 38 militants and at least 8 Afghan security forces. Now, Hamid Karzai, the president of Afghanistan, has come out today and accused NATO of failures in their intelligence and failing to warn the Afghans of these impending attacks. At the moment, it's not quite clear who was actually behind the wave of violence. The Taliban have claimed responsibility, but at the same time it's emerged that forces that operate with the Haqqani network may also have been involved in the wave of violence. What's also interesting about these attacks is the fact that it was Afghan forces that repelled the militants without the assistance of ISAF and international forces. Now, this is obviously ahead of the pullout by NATO next year, and is seen by some as a sign that perhaps Afghan might not fall into the abyss when the Allies leave, as many Western commentators are predicting.
The UN Security Council came out today condemning North Korea for the recent failed rocket launch last week. Now, not only are they condemning them for that launch, they also said they plan on imposing stronger sanctions, and they warned of further action if Pyongyang does conduct another launch or another missile test. Now, the U.S. and some Western officials have said that North Korea has blatantly violated a UN ban that they imposed after nuclear tests in that country in 2006 and 2009. Now, North Korea said it was simply launching a weather satellite, but the international community had bigger concerns about ballistic long-range missile tests or nuclear programming. Here's what the UN had to say.
Good morning, everyone. Today, the Security Council adopted a presidential statement that, quote, strongly condemns North Korea's recent attempt to launch a satellite using ballistic missile technology. The swift and unanimous adoption of this strong presidential statement shows that the international community is united in sending a clear message to North Korea that such provocations are serious and totally unacceptable. Critically, the Security Council made clear that there will be consequences for any future North Korean launch or nuclear test. If North Korea chooses again to defy the international community, then the Council has expressed its determination to take action accordingly.
Now, North Korea also had a reason to celebrate on Monday. Large groups of people gathered in Pyongyang's Central Square to celebrate the 100th birthday of the country's founder, Kim Il-sung. Now, in Kim Il-sung Square, which is where most of the main ceremonies were held over the weekend, there were fireworks and large groups of people dancing. Even the country's new leader, Kim Jong-un, made his very first public speech during one of the parades.